I think there are two people in the world. So the first sort of people, they are complaining about their past. Something bad happened to me because of which my present is ruined. Or, they are criticizing the present that, oh, I don't have this. Now, because I don't have it, I can't do this. And, in this whole vicious cycle, they're lost. So this is one category of people that I come across a lot. And then there is a second category of people, which I just mentioned, that start living in gratitude. They respect what is with them in the present, and they take accountability. They don't blame others for what happened in the past. They actually believe that it is my responsibility, my accountability. They learn a lesson from it. This category of people then learn from these experiences. They learn from this. They don't blame other people or the situation or the challenges or what I have right now, what I don't have right now. They don't blame that. Instead, they take the accountability and say, this is something for me to learn from. They learn from it. They correct these mistakes and then they just move on.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Womenpreneur Success Tales. And I have with me Vandana. She's the founder of the company Bagzora, and they make amazing, beautiful, customized bags which have a very different USP. These bags are very different from what you'll see on the market, but I'm going to let Vandana tell you a little bit more about them. Vandana, welcome to this episode. Thank you so much for being here.
So much, Shreya. Thanks for inviting and thanks for organizing this.
Please tell us about your brand.
Okay, so my brand name is, like you said, Bagzora. I make fabric bags basically out of canvas and cotton fabric. But these are not just any bag that you find in the market that is made of cotton and canvas fabric. These bags have something really unique about themselves. Now, the first thing that you'll find unique is that they're very colorful. These bags are very colorful. The cotton fabric that I use or the canvas that I use, they're very colorful. I'll come to that later, why I'm doing the colorful stuff. So, and the second thing is that these bags come with very unique charms. These charms can be actually detached from the bag, used for a specific purpose, and then you can place them on the bag or use them the way you like. So that is, and I like to call them magic charms. So we call them magic charms at Bagzora. And the third thing is that these bags also come with inspirational messages. Now, these bags that I'm creating are actually for women who are career oriented or who are very focused on their career. Now, either they could be preparing for their career or they're already in a career, having a job and, going about it. So these bags are actually created for them. So these inspirational messages, which I really wish that they should serve as an inspiration for these women, empower them on their career journeys and help them, motivate them to go on with that. So this is one thing. And these bags also focus a lot on organization because like Shreya, people like us who are into jobs or business or a 9 to 5 job, we tend to get very busy. Our schedules are so busy and tight, and in the hustle bustle of everything, it's very good if we can organize our stuff so we can save time. So that is one thing. Also that I've seen, Shreya, because I've also job a 9 to 5 job, and I can truly relate to this, that when we are in this hustle bustle of daily life, what really happens is sometimes we tired or bored or stressed out, because of things not running so nice in office or at home. Women have to handle dual responsibility, both the home and the office. So anything working not in their favor actually may make them stressed out. So actually, through these bags, my whole idea and intention is that through these bags, the women get a lot of inspiration to go ahead in their career journeys, get motivated. The color and the designs put a smile and a spark on their faces, and they go ahead in their career journeys, do not quit in between, and go on and on, with a lot of inspiration. They should move ahead in their career journeys.
Wow, Vandana, that's so deep. I mean, you've given meaning to a bag, something people would just sort of just carry. They may not even think too much about it. You've given it so much meaning, so much depth to it. How did you come up with this?
So actually, I think it's my story also. I mean, this is exactly what happened to me when I was in a 9 to 5 job. And this actually is the story, how and why I started the whole idea of Bagzora. So the thing is that I was into sewing since always. Like since I was young, I was always into sewing, and I learned it from my mother, the skill of sewing. So since I was young, I was doing this, and when I grew a little older, I started stitching fabric bags for fun. Okay, so this continued as a hobby. So when I grew old, I still kept making fabric bags. Now what happened one day? I was in my job, and I used to come back from my job. When I used to head home, there was a shop in between, and sometimes when I was really tired and I felt very irritated or something, and I had very lot of work pressure at office, what I would do is just to just as a stress buster, I would go to this shop and I
Okay.
would enter. It had lot of colorful stuff. It had a lot of colorful fabric bags, and
Okay.
it had small bags, big bags, different styles, and lots of things were there. So I would just go around the shop, have a look at the different things that were there, and it would really pacify me. I would really enjoy and have fun in the whole episode. And I would come. Sometimes I'd even buy some bags from there, and I'd come home. And then, just for fun, I would try them out myself. Like I'd
Okay.
get a sample and then try it out myself. So then, so this kept happening. Now this was a hobby I used to do. Now what happened is I felt the happiness that I get from this type of a colorful stuff that I see, the same happiness I can give to other people. So why just keep it to my own self? Let's share it with everyone, because I know all the women would be going through some phases in their life. Now what happened that after that, there came a phase where in my life where I was not keeping so well. I had a lot of health issues, and I
Okay.
couldn't continue with my job. And
Okay.
that time corona also came in. And
Okay.
so that time I really quit my job, and I was sitting at home, and I had a lot of time. So more and more, because what would I do? So I started making bags, and I started selling them. I showed to some people. Initially I started gifting to people, and they started
Okay.
appreciating. So I was like, okay, people like it, so maybe I should start selling it. And I think one of the biggest seller, I think the biggest buyers that I had was my sister. I don't know if she's watching the live right now, but I would like to say a big thank you to my sister, because she was the first and the biggest buyer, and still is the biggest buyer. So she used to buy a lot of stuff from me. So that gave me a lot of confidence. And I said, "Ki, chalo yaar, let us try to make it into a business. If everybody is trying to buy from me, I can make it into a business." Now, that time I felt very weird that I was a person into a 9 to 5 job. How can I suddenly go into a business? And I don't even understand the nuances of business. So I was like, okay, let me just give it a try. It just happened like that. And I was like, okay, nahi hoga to 2 saal baad I always have my job. I can always go back to it. So
Hmm.
I said, okay. So I just proceeded. Now I started making more and more at home. So it started selling in my apartment and in places near my home. Like that, people started appreciating. They said that the neatness in your bags are very good. Like you do a very neat stitching and all. So I said, acha, acha. And I also used to enjoy this creative process of, creating something from scratch, like from just a fabric. You can create a whole bag that's so useful and people enjoy using it. So this whole thing gave me a lot of energy. So I said, chalo, theek hai, let's start into a business, because I was enjoying it seriously. So then what happened was I got motivation on internet. I saw people were doing similar things, and I started selling on Amazon after that.
Okay.
So once I sold on Amazon, it started selling. That gave me even more confidence. I was like, "Acha, ये तो sell हो रहा है, लोगों को पसंद आ रहा है." So I said, okay, maybe I should try more. And after Amazon, people started telling me कि है ना, अभी you have to go on social media. Now
Hmm.
you need to go on social media. And I was a person who didn't even have personal accounts on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
I was this sort of a person, okay? I did have a Facebook page. I started a Facebook page for my bags. And I thought, "Ki, theek hai, let me start." So I just started sharing in random groups. I started sharing, and, but I had nothing, no knowledge about it. I was doing everything the wrong way. And I had a friend who was into marketing, and she used to help me out. So I used to call her up for every little thing, like, "यार इसको share कैसे करना है, वो भी group में मुझे नहीं पता था." So I used to ask her कि कैसे करूँ. So she was even a very big help to me. I'm mentioning her. I don't know if she's watching. So she was also very big help to me. But then I was doing everything the wrong way. So that's when exactly I came across your free webinar. I attended it and resonated with it so well. I thought, this is exactly what I need, a solo woman entrepreneur trying to establish social media. Yeah, this is exactly what I need. And I immediately registered for your course. And I do remember it was 18th November 2020 when I registered with you. It's almost been 2 years. And since then, you have seen my journey. And so once I got into your course and I started reading and, learning, trying to implement the learnings that I've had, I understood that I really need to do things a little differently. I mean, I just can't keep making anything and everything. मैं सब कुछ बना रही थी in all directions I was, and I couldn't do everything. Filter myself down and come to some niche. So I think it's with your push that you should go to the niche, go to the niche. I actually started thinking, and since day one, I used to make bags with embellishments, with charms. So I thought, just one day suddenly this idea occurred, why not make them usable? I mean, anyway you're putting embellishments on bag, because I used to love bags with embellishments. So I said, why not make these charms or embellishments usable, for people, not just on their bag. Let them use it in any way that they like. And that's when it occurred, and I was like, okay, I got it. And I started making it. And then once I got clarity on my vision, mission, and all those things, I it really occurred to me that having their career dreams, pursuing their career dreams, I really need to inspire them. And that's when the idea of putting an inspirational message occurred to me. So then I connected these two things, and then that's how Bagzora came into being. So Bagzora basically is all about creating an aura of colors, happiness, joy, organization, inspiration into the lives of such women who are really striving hard to pursue their career dreams, who are on this track. And through my bags, I really wish to encourage them to move on in their directions, respective directions, whatever they're doing. So because we have so many challenges, not just in the job, it's at home, some resistance from the family, your boss may be pressurizing you for a lot of things. It happens with everyone. So one thing that can just put a smile on your face when you look at your bag, and it really gives you an inspiration, and you're like, okay boss, I can do it now. Yeah. So that sort of a feeling is what I combined with my bags.
Wow.
I missed telling you about the colors and the magic charms, how
Yes.
all this adds to the idea of Bagzora. So why these bags are colorful is because I think and I strongly believe that colors have a very strong power to instill joy and cheer in our lives just by
True.
being present in our life.
True.
So I thought, why not make them available in a woman's life through bags, because bag is a woman's best favorite accessory, and the magic charms that are attached to these bags actually work like a gift, a surprise gift, or an element of fun that you can take the gift out of the bag, use it, and then put it back. So something like this.
Can you show these magic charms, like just as an example?
Yeah, so I do have a bag with me here that I'll show you. So the prints that I also use, I try that they have some meaning behind them. The colors that I use are also symbolic in a way. So if you see my Instagram or where I talk about it, I actually talk in length about what the print is, why it is like this, and how do I want the print to serve the woman that I want to serve.
Okay.
So yeah. So the bag that I wanted to show you is this.
Okay. Hey. Wow. Yes, so I can and I will.
Yeah. So this is the bag. Now this looks like a normal cotton fabric pouch, but there's something special about it. Is the inspiration that should inspire you every time you use it for your stationery or your makeup, and you see and you say, I can and I will do whatever you want to do. And this is a magic charm. Now it looks like a normal charm. There is no such big deal or an embellishment on the bag, but if you look closely, you can actually remove it from the bag like this, and this becomes a hair tie.
So cute.
This is a hair tie. Very flexible, easy to use, and easy to place on the bag again.
Wow. That's okay. Yeah, that's different. That's different. So Vandana, while you were talking about these prints and colors, how did you learn about this?
My own research about it. Actually, when I started learning about colors, I went into learning a little bit about color therapy, And then I started understanding it through astrology, numerology. And so I started reading everything that I could get my hands on. I started reading. There is a science called color therapy that actually treats people through colors. Like they
Okay.
can heal your health through colors. So and then there's color science is largely used in marketing. You being the
Yes.
marketing guru understands this totally well. So I combined all these things and I started learning, and I still do. I keep reading and learning about these things and how to connect all these sciences to actually bring out the best result. So that's how I actually understood the fact that colors do have a lot of importance in our life, and we just don't give it too much of an importance the way we should.
Thank you so much, Vandana, for bringing up that point about continuing to learn. And even though, I mean, even though the products are so disconnected to topics like color therapy and astrology, but you're still learning about that and you're bringing that element in your business. I love that, and that's also one of the code of honors of the Womenpreneur Academy, being a learner for life, personal
Yes.
development. Continuing to learn. Really respect you for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, okay, so I want to now dig in a little further about how are you promoting your brand? What social media platforms are you active on? I mean, what are you doing on the marketing front?
Okay. So just recently I've made my website, which is www.bagzora.com. That is there, and I'm actually very active on two social media platforms, which is Facebook and Instagram.
Okay,
I am there every single day. I keep posting my stuff. I largely help people by giving them some tips or tricks, how they can organize their bags, or how you should wash your bag, or how you should
okay,
place it in your house where you have less space, how you can keep small things in your bag very handy, things like
okay,
that. I keep sharing that on my social media platforms, and I do plan to come on YouTube in some time.
okay, great. Wow, superb. So, how are you planning content for all of this?
So I had no idea about this, Shreya, and I didn't even know that the content is planned before I joined the academy. All this knowledge has come to me from you, and thanks for that. So the way you said that we should have 6 or 7 content buckets, and that can help you plan your content. So I actually did that. I have 6 content buckets. I planned what content goes in all the 6 content buckets. Then I have actually given them each bucket. I've given a day. Like
Okay,
if it's bucket one has Monday, bucket two has Tuesday, bucket
okay,
three has Wednesday. So that way I have 7 content buckets and I'm full for all the 7 days. But I keep myself free on Wednesday just for some
okay,
thinking and churning about how things are going.
okay,
So this is exactly how I plan my content, and on the basis of this, on the basis of the content bucket and the content that I choose for that particular day, I design my post or a reel or a video or a live that I'm going to be doing in the next months. So this
okay.
is how I plan it, and it goes as per the weekday.
Oh, wow. And do you plan the post also in advance, or is that like done on the day itself?
No, I plan everything in advance because I am a sort of person who plans way ahead of time, and that way I am stress free. So I don't have
Wow.
to worry about आज क्या करूँ मैं. And because if I do that, I will not be able to give value the way I want to give in the best form, or let's say the epitome of value that I want to give. I can't do it if I do it on the same day. It will be just
True,
for the sake of posting it. So
true,
I
true,
don't
true.
want to do that. So what I do is I plan a month's content ahead. I've done
Okay,
it this month for the first time, and I was so happy about it. So yeah, so this is how I do it. Plan it a month in advance. Schedule whatever I can schedule through FB Creator Studio and other platforms. I'm using FB Creator Studio right now. And
okay,
reels, I put them on my phone and save them
okay,
in drafts. And the day I know I have to post this, I just go ahead shoot the video. That's all.
okay. Wow, wow. That sounds very well organized. I think that really is great. So, Vandana, what is your best-selling product?
So the best selling product that I have, Shreya, is a fabric wallet that I design. I only make these on order. So whenever I get an order, I will make these. What is so special about these fabric wallets is that they're completely made out of fabric. Like if you go into the market and purchase a wallet, the outside could be a fabric, but the inside is usually leather. Like, the zip will have a leather, or some the edges will be made of leather, something like that, or even a synthetic leather, whatever it is. But
Okay.
it will be there. So now that is something that I got really irritated with, because I don't like too much of leather, using too much of leather. And also, this leather content in the bag actually reduces the space of the wallet. It makes it very tight. It's not just about not being eco-friendly, but it's also the fact that it makes your wallet very tight. And it's really difficult to put your stuff inside it. So, and I got really irritated of this, so I actually made this for myself. Some two
Okay.
and a half years back, I made it for myself. I'm still using it, and I don't want to switch it. I don't want to get into the bigger brands, or wo jo matlab fashionable brands, and get it for me, because I see the comfort that it gives me. So it has a lot of space. There is no leather. You can easily wash the bag. It's super
Okay.
washable. Just put it in the washing machine, give it a good wash, and use it. And yeah, as per astrology, numerology, and all these sciences, there's a specific way of how you should be using your wallet. You should wash your wallet. It should never be dirty. Now, the leather wallets that we use, they tend to
You
get
can't
dirty,
watch
and
them.
you can't
You
wash
can't
them.
watch
There's no
them.
way to clean
Yeah.
them. So that is something I got irritated with, and I
I
was like,
never
I
knew
need a
this.
solution. So I actually invented this one that I'm using now, and
Wow.
it has a lot of space, so you can even put your mobile phone in it, and it will not be bulky. It will still
Okay.
be sleek. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can actually carry two mobile phones in it. That is the sort of space it has, and still have your little bit of comb and coins and notes, and also that's an astrological fact that you should not keep your notes folded in your wallet. If you want to attract prosperity, don't keep your notes folded. Have a separate
Really?
portion. Yeah, have a separate
Okay.
portion. Yeah, that's a fact. Don't do that. I mean, respect it by keeping it flat. And don't use have a separate pocket for coins, because the energy of the bigger notes should not interfere with the energy of the smaller chiller
Okay.
that gets spent just like anything. So your bigger notes will also get spent like anything.
Okay. I think
So
the first thing I need to do after this conversation is sort my wallet out.
then, so it's like these things that I kept in mind while I designed these wallets. So they're extremely washable. There's no leather in them. They're so spacious, which you don't get in a leather wallet. There's always constriction of space, and आपको choose के बंद करना पड़ता है. That doesn't happen with these wallets. So, and yeah, there's also a fact that I take customized orders also for
Okay.
bags based on designs and colors. So I take customization to an extent. So people ask me to make wallets in particular colors, because
Okay.
this also is a fact that you should use wallets in particular colors that attract prosperity. So if a person wants, like according to your birth date, there is a particular color that will suit you and attract prosperity for you. That color may not be very useful for the other person. So there's a particular color that you should use as per your birth date or your sun sign. So I do share that also with people, and so people give me orders based on that. That's why I don't stop them. I customize them as per their requirements and color and design, and that's all right. That's the best seller that I have.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Wow. I think everybody's going to be excited now checking them out. So Vandana,
Yes.
definitely share the link of these. I will put it up, put it below so that everybody can go take a look at these awesome money attracting wallets that you have.
Yes.
Okay. So Vandana, my one question to you was, what were some challenges that you were facing, when you got started on your business journey, which motivated you to come join our community, the Womenpreneur Academy?
Yeah, so like I said, I was this person who had just started my business. I had no knowledge about business in the first place. And I was trying my hands on Amazon and other marketplaces. So that's when I realized I have to go on social media. Now, I am a sort of person who was not even having a personal account on social media. I didn't know anything about social media. That was the biggest challenge I faced. I was like, Abhi kya kar? What to do now? I go there, I create an account, but what next? So I actually did it. I created an account and I started, DMing people, asking, do you like my product and things like that. But nothing was happening. Nothing was turning in, and I'm putting a lot of energy into, but nothing, no result was coming out of it. That's when I realized I'm just uselessly putting energy. Nothing is happening, and maybe I'm doing it the wrong way. So I just kept exploring on internet how to do it, and that's when your live free webinar advertisement came to me. And I was like, this is something I really need, because I have no technical know-how of how to do a social media marketing, or how to be present on social media as a brand. So I was like, ठीक है, अभी ये, this is something I have to learn. And that's when I actually, registered for your webinar, and I learned it and I resonated so well with it. I was like, yahi chahiye, a solo woman entrepreneur trying to establish social media. So that's when immediately I registered for your session and started learning the day I joined.
Thank you so much. And what personal transformations have you experienced after being a member?
So this is massive. This is huge. It's not just on my business front, but also on my personal front. And so, to just begin with a few, I'd say a sense of accomplishment is something I have been observing in myself, because I get appreciated for small things. People notice me. The whole community that we have, your support is endless. The whole community that we have are so friendly, they're so supportive, cooperative, helping each other all the time, and appreciate each other all the time. I think that has given me a sense of accomplishment, which I never got even if I had like 10 orders a month, which is like a rare case for me currently. But if it happens to me, then also, there's nobody to pat my back and say, oh, you've done a good job out of it. So it's like, okay, आगे get a pat on my back that, oh god, you've done a job, this is great. And I'm like, okay, I just suddenly get a sense of accomplishment, and that is something I really value. And I've also become very action oriented.
Okay.
Initially, I was into this cycle of analysis and paralysis, and analyzing ye sahi hai ki nahi, ye galat. I've written so many emails to you about, my brand and this and that. So I was just analyzing. And now I think over some time I have realized that, especially with Bizathon, I think the Bizathon challenge, I have realized that I need to take more action. I mean, analysis is there, but there has to be a limit, and I have to get out of it and take action. So I've become a lot more action oriented. And yeah, the third thing that I want to talk about is the abundance practice, the abundance mindset practice that we do. That is extremely and truly amazing, because सबसे पहले तो self doubt, fear कि होगा कि नहीं होगा, करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए, लोग कैसा क्या सोचेंगे इसके बारे में, मेरे बारे में क्या बोलेंगे, किसी भी तरीके का fear that is there. So it keeps coming over and over again. So I've realized that the abundance practice has really helped me to come out of these fears and control them, and keep me, and the abundance anchors also, like I still, like, I keep them always with me, so that whenever I am oh same, like whenever I am losing my self, and I'm doubting myself more, this is something I get back to, and it keeps me on track. Given me a belief that, everything is possible. Initially, when जब ये self doubt वगैरह आते हैं, it's like ये करना भी चाहिए या नहीं. But then with this abundance practice, I started to believe that everything is possible. And now what I focus on is the what of what I want to achieve, instead of the how of what I want to achieve. ये कैसे होगा, कैसे मैं अकेले करूंगी, कैसे, because I'm alone. I mean, all of us, the women entrepreneurs in the academy, are solo women entrepreneurs, and we are, I think, in the same boat. तो मैं अकेले कैसे करूंगी और मुझसे ये कैसे होगा, वो how I have stopped thinking about it. I am now focused on the what that I want to do, and just focus on that and go ahead. So that my mind stays on the same path. It is not distracted here and there. And the last thing, yeah, I've become a lot more disciplined. Because जब तक आप कोई प्रोडक्ट बनाओगे नहीं, आप उसको इंस्टाग्राम पे डालोगे नहीं, unless you're making a post. If you don't make a post, what are you going to put on Instagram? Unless you create value for people, how are you going to add value into their lives?
True.
So this actually has made me very disciplined, and all this thing has brought a behavioral shift in me. And I love the gratitude practice. So gratitude is something that I really value, which I got from the abundance practice. I was not a person who would, value the things that I have too much. I just see how, but now I have actually started being grateful and having gratitude for even the small, like a laptop that's letting me talk to a lot of people right now. So actually this gratitude practice that we used to thank our laptop and our mobile phone and the house that we live in, the room that I'm sitting on, the table and the chair, and I never thought it that way. So I think it has brought a lot of change in the way now I see things. I see them in a very thankful way. Whatever has come to me is great, and I'm really grateful for it. So that has got a
Wow.
that has brought a behavioral change in me.
Wow, Vandana. So I'm so thrilled to just hear you mention this, and to know that you're implementing this, because more than anything else, this is, what can really improve life, can really, uh, this kind of happiness is what can help you live life which, is abundant, which has meaning. So super, super. Thank you so much for bringing that in. And Vandana, my one last question to you. What is your message to somebody who's just starting out on their business journey?
Okay. So I think I have 2 points to share on that, Shreya. Um,
Okay.
First is that I think there are two people in the world, and I just talked about it. So the first sort of people, they are kind of, complaining about their past. Something bad happened to me because of which my present is ruined. Or, they are criticizing the present that, oh, I have this, because of this, I can't do this. Oh, I don't have this. Now, because I don't have it, I can't do this. So they are either, criticizing the present or the past. And, in this whole vicious cycle, they're lost and they're wasting a lot of time, I feel. So this is one category of people that I come across a lot. And then there is a second category of people, which I just mentioned, that start living in gratitude. They respect what is with them in the present, and they take accountability. They don't blame others for what happened in the past. They actually believe that it is my responsibility, my accountability. They learn a lesson from it. They say that, okay, maybe last time I was not, I was maybe a coward. I didn't have enough courage to, resent other people or disagree with them or say this is what I want to do and fight with them. They didn't have that much of courage. So, and this category of people then learn from these experiences. They learn from this. They don't blame other people or the situation or the challenges or what I have right now, what I don't have right now. They don't blame that. Instead, they take the accountability and say this is something for me to learn from. They learn from it, they correct these mistakes, and then they just move on. Every single chapter, keep learning from it and going ahead. And this, I think, is a behavioral change in oneself. And any person who's a business person, who's on a job, who's trying to make money for themselves or doing anything of this sort, I think this sort of a behavioral change from the first person to the second person is very important. I have seen this change happening in me since I joined the academy, meeting so many people where you talk a lot about cooperation and helping other people out. In the community, we help each other out. I have seen that this has brought a massive change, not just in my behavior, but how the universe has started helping me in my business, blessing it more abundantly, opening prospects for me. So I think this shift in from the person one to the person two, I have done this shift, and I would actually request every entrepreneur out there who's just starting or is already in business or even in a job, that this sort of shift they should just start with it right now. This sort of shift from person one to person two is really going to bring the change in you, in your life, a lot of abundance and happiness.
Wow. I loved what you just said. I resonate so much with it,
That
Vandana.
I'd like to say, Shreya, there's another thing to it, that like I said, the thing about analysis and paralysis, I think if you are a business person and if you have an idea that you are really passionate about, and you serve people in a way that is going to improve their life, then just go ahead with it. Start with it. Like, don't go on churning and mulling over the idea, and just start with it. And then the universe helps you in bountiful ways, in lots of ways, to really make you go ahead, make you go forward with a lot of abundance and prosperity. So just start with it. And those who actually get like in the middle of the road, you're stuck, I'd say just don't quit. because I think the universe takes time to understand what you really want. It's trying to understand what you are so passionate about. It's trying to understand where you really want to go. So just give it some time. Though the time may be hard, you're not getting the result that you want, you're stuck somewhere. Be patient, take a deep breath. Just say that, okay, the universe wants to understand this. Let me give it the time and go ahead. Sooner or later, you'll get out of it and you'll reach the point that you really want to reach. Yeah, so that's all. Thank
Wow,
you.
Vandana. Thank you so much, Vandana. That was really deep. That was, I mean, everything that you said about, I mean, it just shows what kind of depth that you have and everything that you think about everything so much, whether it is your bags, whether it is understanding the pain of your customers and trying to help them out with that, or even on how to be a better person.
Yeah.
It's just thank you so much for sharing all of that. I hope everybody who's watching this, I hope that you really liked this, and please give some love to Vandana here. You can go check out her Instagram, you can go check out her website, take a look at her products. And if you are interested in joining the free webinar that I conduct, where you can learn how to the basics of how to use social media to grow your business, you can register for that. I'll put the link for the same in the description below, and I would love to meet you live. Thank you, Vandana, for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting, Shreya.